what's going on with this. Okay, yeah, I don't know. That's, we're going to make this a lot smaller then. We're going to go with this. I don't know what's going on with this. I don't know why it's not being silly. I'm going to play some music.
Where the mountains kiss the sky, I roam the ancient forests, where the wild things live and die. One day I met a ranger, wise with eyes of deepest gray. He saw my yearning spirit, and he had some words to say. He said, take this sword, young dreamer, forged in fires old and bright. It's a gift from ancient guardians to guide you through the night. With this blade you'll find your courage when the path is dark and long. In your hands it's not just metal, but the heart of nature's song. Reverence, felt the power in its weight. The steel was cold but comforting, like the touch of faded fate. He told me tales of rangers past who'd walk the trails unseen, protecting.
Okay guys, I'm trying to figure out what's going on with the sound. Trying to figure out what's going on with the sound, so I'm going to play around with this for a minute. I don't know why now the sound's not working on my phone. Okay, how about if I do it like this? Is it the microphone or my glasses? That's what I need to figure out. Perfect. Figured it out. Even though it's echoed and it's crazy, but we figured it out. So I'm not sure why. There's a couple things I don't know what's going on here. I don't know why. I need to look at something real fast, guys, because I'm trying to figure out. I'm having some weird little quirks happening, and I don't know why. Thank you. Let's figure out why. I don't know. Let's do that. Let's see what that does. Okay, we're gonna see what that does because I don't know what's going on, guys. I don't know why the chat is why it's so dark down here when the chat box comes up. Take that chat box off, bring that chat box right back, right there. I don't know what's going on with my chat box. Yeah, I don't know. We're just gonna put the chat box here. I'll try to do good at listen. Okay, there we go. I want that over top. I don't know, guys. I don't know. This is weird. And that goes there. And I don't know why. I don't know why that's not playing. But whatever. I do need to do one other thing real fast because I just want to. I need to get one other thing set up. I need to go here to go. It already exists. Where does it already exist? Is this it? Ah, that is it. Sweet, found it. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. Well. Give it just a second. And I will be ready to get everything and start. Those that know my live stream know how chaos normally is for most everybody that knows how I do things know that it's literally just most of the time just pure chaos. Because, you know, if I don't do chaos, why would it be any different? Okay. So I think we're good with all of this. Still don't know why. Still don't know why the chat is not transparent. I'd like to figure that out real fast. I guess it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, guys. It really doesn't matter. We'll get it figured out. We'll establish everything and make it what it needs to be. So, okay, let's be on our way. Really, it's really what we're going for today. Need my gloves. Almost forgot, guys. Almost forgot my gloves. One of the most important things.
Message on your phone from Playmaker saying, "Enable
So it'll be interesting. I don't think you guys can hear when I get text message. It'll be interesting if you can. So, okay, cool. Got my gloves. Got everything. Let's go get stuff accomplished. So let's get this camera spun around. So I hope you guys having a wonderful day on this. I have no idea what day of the week it is. I think it's Thursday. It should be a Thursday because I taught class yesterday. So on this Thursday, I don't know what the date is in July. It's July. It's July. I don't know any other more than that. So anyways, welcome. Let me finally rained because we've had crazy droughts. And so very happy to see that it has finally rained a bit. Make this a little longer. There we go. That's what I want right there. And I'll put you guys like right here. Okay, cool. So anyways, finally rained. We needed some rain. I'm happy about that. But today we're going to talk about me, my how I've been and recovering and training myself to deal with the ADHD, how I can be a farmer being an ADHD, and how I use permaculture principles and such like that. So let me spin this around because you guys haven't got a chance to meet some of the new rescue guys onto the farm. So this is so some people's been dumping animals here lately. This is Brock. So B-R-O-C-H, Brock. He is he's going to be one of our farm. He's going to be one of the barn cats. Not going to go in the house or anything, but one of the barn cats. He's a interesting little fellow, but had to rescue him. Somebody dumped him. So right now we're raising money. So anything that you donate to me today, we'll go to a raising money to get him neutered. And then if we see Kiwi is the other guy that you will see and meet on our adventures. He's another cat that was dumped. So because unfortunately that's what people do here, is they think it's a great idea to dump cats or dump animals. So luckily some people also dumped a dog, but our friends ended up taking that dog, so that's great. We weren't sure what we were going to do because you can't take things to the pound here because they're just kill shelters, and we don't practice, as someone who's anti-death, I don't practice death of any sorts, so I'm not going to practice killing animals either. So we're going to go over here. We're going to start the water so we can get that started and good to go. And then we're going to go get the bunnies fed. And we're going to talk about how I learned to adapt to my ADHD and how I become successful with it, and how that led to me doing some coaching and being a life navigation coach as one of my ways to generate revenue in this world. So got it. So ADHD, most everybody knows what it is. It's the ability to be able to focus clearly on things. So it sucks sometimes. Sometimes life is complicated because there is things that I need to do, and the ADHD makes it so that I just don't know which direction to go in. I feel like I'm moving in 1,000 directions all at the same time, and I want to hyperfocus. I want to get down and focus on one of them, but my brain says no. Now, cool thing about being a farmer, cool thing about having animals and a crop is there is a level of responsibility that you have to have when you raise animals and such. So That in turn means that you schedule those into your day. What I've found is scheduling has really, really helped. If I have my mind, if I have a... So I've noticed that if I really focus on trying to make sure that that everything is scheduled well, and I have things organized well, and I'm getting better at it, and I'm finding new and new programs, and I'll be sharing those new and new programs as we continue on. But as I find new and better programs to help balance my ADHD and keeping the mindfulness of while I'm here on the farm, and if I can hyper focus on making sure that the animals are fed, because, you know, I can't forget to feed anyone, because if I do, then they die, and that's not bueno at all. So having all of that means that I get to learn and get to learn new tricks and tips. And so I'm going to share some of those with you throughout this series, because I want you to be super successful. And I am trying to be successful myself. I'm trying to build wealth. And I've been slowly building wealth as someone who diversifies in lots of different things, from crypto to stocks to seeds to skills. And I have definitely opened up my skill tree and trying to learn to master some other things into my skill tree. So as I've done all of those things, trying to share that with you, because one of the things is every one of us, we live in some of the best times to be successful. I know that sounds crazy to say, but it has really never been more easy to be successful. I mean, we have the internet to share our thoughts. We have the internet to share advice and help from each other. So we have this technology where I can talk to you and you can talk back to me very easily. And we don't ever have to meet. We don't have to be together. We can just share this knowledge. And so that means that life is pretty easy. So that means that we should be able to generate, all of us should be figure out ways to share the wealth. So it's not just going to the rich elite. It's not just going to those crazy individuals. It's going to all of us. So that's, but anyways, we're talking about mindfulness, homesteading, farming, how I use permaculture to get what I'm done. So one of the things is I start, because I'm someone who likes to start in the middle. I've learned from me, my particular thing, if I start in the middle and then move forward and back, it works well, because then I actually do cross over the middle again. It's almost like double checking the middle just a little bit. So I like to start in the middle, and so even though I'm feeding everyone, I usually start in the middle of the cages, and then I move around, making sure everyone has things. Now, you're all going to have to find something different, whatever works best for you, because not all of you are going to be able to feed chickens. Not all of you are going to be raising animals or having gardens. Some of you are going to be just doing everyday life. So, next thing I suggest is having a calendar with a lot of alarms. Set an alarm, because you're going to forget it. I know I am. I forget everything. I have recently just started absolutely utilizing Google Calendars to do just about everything, because, well, as much as I want to try to remember, I don't. I forget things all the time. And so I have programs set up. The one good nice thing about this AI world that we're moving into is you can utilize those particular tools of AI to help counteract some of your downfalls. Use the AI to make your life easier. That is really the tricks that you should be thinking about with AI, is just want to figure out how to utilize it to make your life easier. You want to learn how to use it, because even if you hate AI and you think it's horrible, it's here to stay. And so utilize the tools that it's going to give you. So I love ChatGPT for the simple fact is I can have it proofread my writing. I get stumped on something, I can have it write me a quick article. then I can look over that and then I can rewrite that article. It's actually helped me become a better writer because I will let it write stuff for me and then I will try to rewrite it the way it rewrote it and with my spin and with my knowledge on it, and it's helped at that. But it also has saved me time because if I try to write an article and then my ADD just kicks in and says, no, you can't do this, then I start trying to justify doing other things. I start trying to justify well, maybe I should, I don't know, reorganize my shoes, or I should rearrange this particular part of my room, or I need to Jordan Peterson my room again. And I just get so caught up. I can get so caught up in that as a distraction instead of utilizing it instead of, just saying, okay, I need to refocus. So one thing that I've found, and with some of the clients has worked really well, is I call it 15 minutes. So the 15-minute cities, well, we need to do the 15-minute increments in our heads. So I have to give the elite a little advice for that, because 15 minutes seems like a really good time to get most things done. So what I suggest is, if you're working on a project, give that project 15 minutes. The idea is you have to at least give it 15 minutes. Now, maybe you'll give it a lot more than 15 minutes, but the idea is you give it at least 15 minutes. So say I'm going to be working on, let's say that you are writing a new blog post. So you're going to take that new blog post and you're going to spend 15 minutes writing that blog post. Now, if after that 15 minutes is up, and it's okay if you set an alarm, it's okay if you set a timer to know that that 15 minutes is up. But if after that 15 minutes is up, if you still feel like working on it, keep going. That's awesome. That means all that time is free time. That's just time. That's productive time. It means that 15 minutes helped get you into a good enough flow that you are succeeding at what you're trying to do. If after that 15 minutes you're just like, man, that was a tough 15 minutes. That was hard. That was hard for me. And that means that you did get your 15 minutes of work in, which is great, but it means it's time to jump to a new project. So then you jump over to a new project and you give that 15 minutes and you focus on that. Now, it doesn't mean you're not going to come back to your blog, because you might. It doesn't mean you're not going to come back to a past project, because you probably will. But it's just what you're doing is you're trying to figure out what is going to put you in flow state the easiest. So, and I know that's one of those corporate buzzwords, but once you're in flow, once you got it, once you feel the things moving in the direction that you want to move in, it's great. So that is one of the things, 15 minutes. Put yourself in 15-minute increments. So I like to set up, if I know that there's a bunch of chores that I have to get done, there's no if and ways around it. It's not that, It could even be something like maybe I don't, my brain is just out there, just bouncing around, and I'm just like, I don't know what to do. That 15 minutes, getting that 15 minutes and getting into that 15 minutes of flow, even if you think flow is bullshit, but getting into that 15 minutes of flow, getting into that extra 15 minutes gets it so that you can at least get micro wins. Because, well, unfortunately, we've TikToked the world. So we have a bunch of stuff with little dopamine hits. And so I've learned that is a good way to get yourself moving in the right direction, is little dopamine hits at a time. And you'll say, well, doc, that's not going to be successful. I can't, got a real job. I can't just do, no, you can take your real job and you can put it in 15-minute increments now. Maybe you check email for 15 minutes. Maybe you work on a project for 15 minutes. Maybe you then jump over and you work on something else. And yeah, you have a deadline and you have to get things done, but you figure out how to put each chore. It could be something as simple as you start off with, okay, this is what I have to get done with my project. So I need to get all the chickens fed. So I'll put that in the 15-minute increments. After 15 minutes, I didn't get everybody fed. Well, I know I have to come back to it then. Then you're like, okay, then I gotta spend 15 minutes getting everybody watered. Then I'm gonna spend 15 minutes making sure, maybe I'll come back and make sure 15 minutes of everybody do a wellness check. and make sure that everybody is happy with that. So that's what I've been doing. I've also been, like I said, setting alarms and trying to make sure that I'm getting everything accomplished in little blocks. Now, if you don't have ADHD, this might sound insane to you, and you're like, why do I need to put everything in these little blocks? I don't need little blocks, Justin. I can kind of get everything done. And this is not for you then. If you are productive and you can get shit done, awesome. But I'll be honest, I think most people could be far more productive, and I think this 15-minute tactic would work well for most people that can't get into the flow. Because remember, you're just dedicating 15 minutes. If you want to go more is better, but you are not quitting before you at least get that 15 minutes in. That's really what we're talking here, is that you have to get 15 minutes in. The 15 minutes is the priority number one. So, sorry, I'm making sure that I give everybody water that needs to be watered. So, some of you don't just want to listen to me talk. Just like, I'm here at the barn with you. You've got to have something cool to show me. So let me show you guys something cool. So here's some of our baby ducks. Baby ducks. But not only do we have baby ducks, baby ducks are cool. Love baby ducks. I think they're fun little smiley guys. Not only do we have baby ducks here, but we also have baby bunnies. And not just baby ducks. Not just baby ducks. We also have little baby bunnies. Cute little baby bunnies. Let me put this baby bunny back. He wants to go back in and hang out. He doesn't really want to chill out too much. Okay. So let's continue on to the next barn and get the other things accomplished over there. So I had a little talk about our 15-minute plan. And I think the 15-minute plan is one thing that's working very well for me. And again, if you guys are interested, you guys need extra additional help, you guys can contact me. You can contact me lots of different ways. So I do coaching right now. I am doing a coaching special that if in the next 30 days, so this is by the middle of August, so by the end of summer, middle of summer, before you go back to school, before things happen, if you are interested in me coaching you, helping you design plans, helping you get all that kind of stuff figured out. Right now I'm offering $60 an hour, set up in 15-minute increments, multiple times a day or multiple times a week. That's where we meet for about 15 minutes or more, and we work on your plan. We work on how to whatever your life goal is currently. So it might be, there's lots of stuff you might be working on. That's kind of up to you. We tailor it around what is best for you. If that's something you're interested in, get a hold of me. I don't have the sign-up sheet on the website working just yet. I didn't like, it was kind of spammy. I didn't like the way it was working. So right now, just send me an email, xxfirefly@gmail.com. We will work on something like that. I can be your life coach. But that $60 an hour is only going to last probably till the middle of August. So that is a special for you, everybody that follows me. And you might be wondering, Doc, That's great, but why would I contact you? Well, I did go to college for psychology. I went to college for family consumer sciences, specialization in helping children learn, specialization in dealing with fatherhood and men's issues. Wow. Oh, you guys didn't get a chance to meet Kiwi. Kiwi is the cat that is rubbing all over everything right now. And I also, in 2006, and also again in 2020, I got recertified as a life coach because I wanted to see if things are changed. So I got certified once in 2006, and then recertified again in the 2020. So, and a few things have changed. So, but as someone who is farming, as someone who is spectacular problem solving, that's the one thing about being a farmer, is you regularly problem solve. There's always something I've got to solve. There's always a dilemma. It's unbelievable how often there's always a dilemma. There's always a dilemma on the farm, and I always have to figure out a way to solve it. There's always a dilemma because we are lacking something, that we need something. So I'm also gonna, if you guys, I don't know if you guys like watching me. So I have a gaming channel now. It's on Rumble. It's a GGX. If you're watching this on the other things that are outside Rumble, you guys know I have a gaming channel. You guys see me play. Right now we're playing Shadow of Doubt. So guys if you're not following me on Rumble with that, it's a GGX. So follow me, get on GGX, and that. If you are not following this one, this is Just in Time Garden. So, and then there is Life on Doc's Farm if you guys like my 24-hour stream channel. And really the idea is just I'm trying to be real. I want you guys to know what it's really like without all the fluff and the glimmer and the whole like, oh, well, what are you hiding from us? Well, minus that I might not tell you when I'm really sad, because I'm not good at sharing my sad thoughts. I need to be better at that. But other than that, like, the rest is try to be as brutally honest with you. Homesteading is hard. Living intentionally is hard. Dealing with ADHD is hard, but that doesn't mean impossible. It's like leveling up. It's trying to find the best way to make life as interesting and as exciting as possible. I don't think I'd want it any other way. That's the one thing that kind of makes it will be interesting when AI really starts taking over. And we're going to have some shows on some of my different channels about talking about AI. Me and my friend Canadia Jesse are going to be starting a podcast. We've actually already started the podcast. We just don't have any of the podcasts live yet, but we're doing a podcast, and we're going to be actually solving the world's problems to make the world a little bit better. But we're going to be talking about AI. We're going to be talking about technology. Our next show is going to be talking about how to homestead and how to be a prepper with the internet and with technology. So that is something that you guys can look forward to. So it's starting to rain. I should have done the bunnies first, guys. I should have done the bunnies first. No worries. I don't melt. I mean, and if I do, then I don't melt that much. But I want to hear from you guys. What are things that you would like? So I'm on the process of writing a book. I've got 2 books in the works. One book is my my guide to municipal plants. Most of you guys know that I'm a wildcrafter. I love being in the woods. I make herbal medicines. But I'm also going to write a kind of like a guru self-help book. Kind of like an Alan Watts type. Things that has helped me throughout life. I'd like to share those with you. So if there's other things that you guys would like, if you guys like to support me, I don't have my merchandise page up, but I do have some hats. I know this sounds like an ad. I'm not meaning it to sound like an ad, but what it is the reason I'm mentioning this So there's lots of ways to support people. Sometimes you just support them by being there. Sometimes you want to financially support them, but you'd like something to show off that you're financially supporting someone. Or sometimes you just want to buy, you just want more knowledge from that person. And that's okay. I'm trying to train myself because I've trained my brain in my relationship with money. Making money is so broken. And I am trying to figure out how to unbreak that. I view money as a necessary evil. And that's not making my life better. It's not helping me view it as that. And so talking about it with you guys, talking about it out loud is helping me figure out ways to not view it necessarily as a necessary evil, but as a way to be able to spread my message farther and longer in this current paradigm that we live in. So we live in this capitalist paradigm, which I'm not complaining about. I don't hate capitalism. We are at end stage capitalism, so for some things it's rather difficult. But knowing that I live in this paradigm and want things to be better, I need to be able to play inside this game. So I can glitch it. I can glitch around this game. But if I'm not actually playing the game, then I'm not going to actually be able to glitch it either. That's something I'm trying to teach myself. Something I'm trying to understand a little bit better. So, why is this telling me it's overheating? It can't be overheating. It's not even hot outside. So those are things. So anyways, guys, those are additional things. So, okay, so I got the bunnies, got them water, all those bunnies there. I need to get the bunny inside the barn. I knew there was a bunny I was forgetting. We're going to grab the bunny inside the barn and get that guy done. So there's so many things I want to do, and there's so many things that I just don't allow myself to do. And I don't know why that happened. I think I hit a button. There's just a lot of things I don't allow myself to do partly because I don't know. I've got blocks, I've got roadblocks that I'm trying to also deal with myself. But that's also why I really enjoy the coaching, is because not only with the coaching do I get to help you guys out there, I get to notice flaws in my own personality, and those flaws in my own personality get to help me become a better person. I think that's our goal. One of the things I think is really fun with teaching is how you learn from your students. Because you don't know what you don't know. And when somebody asks you something, and it had never been a question that might have ever crossed your mind. And so it's really fun when something crosses your mind that you weren't expecting. And I think that happens when I teach. It happens a lot more often. So I taught a tincture class yesterday, and I'm actually going to be doing a cyber tincture class in the very near future because I found the usefulness of being. Hey guys, check over my Substack. Thank you for that. It'd be very helpful. But anyways, what I was saying is I'm going to do probably on one of my garden channels, because, why do I have so many channels? Because why not? Why not have a channel on the channel on the channel, see what hits. Plus, it's all things that I absolutely love doing. And if you love doing something, it doesn't feel like work. You'll never work a day in your life if you love what you're doing. And while I am not again, we talked about my relationship with money. One of the things that I'm trying to figure out how to do is how to love what I'm doing and not feel like it's work, because I think that this concept of work, and maybe it's not the concept of work, maybe it's the concept of job that I don't like. But this concept of work, this concept of being required to be a wage slave, be required to do something that is taking away your life essence, that is not benefiting you, that is not making the world better or you better, I think is not what we're meant here for. But understanding the paradigm that we live in, this is the paradigm, and so you do need money. So trying to figure out how to balance that thoughts is where I'm having a tough time. And that's why I am trying a variety of things now. I love live streaming. I love talking to people. I love being outside. I love playing on computers. If I love all these things, then why not find some of them and have them turn into ways to generate ways so that I don't have to have a hatred of money or a disdain for money. It might not even be a hatred. I just kind of don't really like it. So. Yeah, I know you can't see what I'm doing. It's raining. If I get the camera out while it's raining. Dude, ducks, why are you gang jumping this guy? It's a boy. Okay, let's give Sylvia some food. The other thing is I don't know if some of you guys have probably followed some of the different people online, but I am actually trying to build an intensive community in a community now. I've got a lot of different ideas behind my community, so I don't even know what the rules are yet. I like the idea of private ownership. I like the idea of sharing. I like the idea of making sure everybody has and no one goes without, because we live in such a world of abundance. But I don't think that we need to run the risk of living in a world without. But I haven't quite figured out how to make that happen just yet. So that is something I'm absolutely working on. And as I figure that out, we'll build my intention of community. But it will be down here in southern West Virginia. It'll be here on the grounds of Mavis Manor and probably in the surrounding area. Like, some people might not. Some people might just want to be, a distant partner of that and join in the distance. Some people in the future might want to be building a yurt or a house or something cool here on the property. We might do that as well. Still trying to figure out all those details. Lots of so many moving parts, lots of so much stuff, but trying to live life intentionally, trying to enjoy every day, trying to make sure that I'm doing what I want to do, and making sure that I'm making the world just a little bit better every time I try. That's the goal. We're trying to figure out how to generate revenue is the next thing I'm working on. And that is tricky, especially with trying to keep that within the 15-minute increment. So if I work on it right, I'm going to try to have AI help me write up a program that maybe will help keep all of us in line. It's a dream. I'm saying this out loud online because it kind of gives me a level of pressure. If I say I'm going to do something, I really want to do it. So that's something I'm trying to pressure myself into doing. Like, I'm going to try to get myself into doing I'm probably going to realistically say 2 days a week. I want to do a Let's Feed the Chicken stream. I'm going to try to play the video games because that's easy. That's low hanging fruit. I'm going to try to get that like 4 to 5 days a week. And then I'm going to keep going from there and keep trying stuff. Like, I want to do the podcast once a week. I want to make sure I do outreach programs once a month. Make sure that I practice mindfulness at least 5 days a week. So little things that I'm trying to do every day, every week, every, and see where they go from here. So anyways, friends, I think we're going to spend about 45 minutes, which is good. I did actually pretty good today. So I think I'm going to head in. And thank you guys for joining me. If you're watching this later, thanks for watching. Yeah. One of the things, if anybody out there in TV land wants to help me with anything, I do need a new gimbal, if you guys can tell. So if anybody wants to buy me a gimbal, you guys can send it to the gimbal at 122 Tower Road, Flat Top, 2 words, West Virginia, WV 25841. Again, that's 122 Tower, Flat Top, West Virginia 25841. So if somebody out there wants to send me a gimbal, that would be cool. No pressure. Don't need to do anything. Just occasionally have people ask how they could help out. And right now, that actually could be helpful. So anyways, friends, I want to thank you guys for...
Located in southern WA. Learn about gardening, farming, and life skills.
Anyway, so I want to thank you guys for joining me today. Oh, some of you like to know the weather. Current weather is, it is 62 degrees or about 18 C. And let's spin this around. So let's spin this around. So it is a little foggy and it's lightly raining, but a lovely, lovely day here on the farm. So anyways, friends, so thank you. Jump over to GGX tonight where we'll be playing some more games, and I look forward to seeing you guys soon. It's Doc, Justin, till tomorrow. Adios.